Let's just give it a few seconds to see what comes in. I'm going to wait for a full 15 seconds. See if we can get some viewers here. Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to FrugalBC. All right, let's Algo live stream. We've got a great show for you today. Let's see what we got in store. We're going to go through the charts, both in crypto and in ASAs. We got some news about Algorand hitting 10,000 TPS. That's a pretty big deal. Commodore with some unfortunate news for some of its team members. I got Vestige launching a Launchpad. It's a little bit of a mouthful, huh? Algo Governance. We're going to look at the final analysis of period 5 and do a little preview on period 6. So check that out. Some news about a new integration for Algorand. We got some information about Near Protocol coming up, and we're going to talk a little bit about HBAR staking. So we got a big show for you today, guys, and it is New Year's Eve, so happy New Year's ahead of time, because I won't be live streaming tomorrow. I'm live streaming today. It's our usual day. Hope everyone is ready to have fun. Let's see, we got in the chat. Oh, Christian Cassini, founder of NifGen, is here. One of our proud sponsors who helped send us to Dubai. So welcome, Christian. Happy New Year to you, my friend. And as always, you can leave any questions or comments in the live chat, and I will answer them. Instead of doing them all at the end, I've been taking breaks and kind of doing them as we go along. Let's see. Also, a reminder to like and subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate it a lot. You don't have to smash the subscribe button. You can just press it gently. Works just as well. And oh, look at that. And so, yeah, we got a good show for you today. And by the way, we are at 1978. So we are 22 subscribers away from 2,000. I was kind of wondering, I had this kind of goal at the beginning of December that it'd be cool to hit 2,000. And then it looked like it wasn't going to happen at all. And now we're like 22 away. So it almost could happen, even if it doesn't. Pretty neat that we're getting there. Let's see, we got a new watcher here. Brian Sokolsky, welcome. Is that a Russian or Polish last name? I got a Polish last name, also ends in ski. So welcome to the show. Hope you enjoy yourself here. And Christian is in Italy, so it's only 30 minutes left until 2023. I'm amazed that you're choosing to watch the show for me. Very cool. Must have it on while you're out partying or something, huh? Or maybe you're like me and you don't go out and party. Well, we're doing that news, but let's go look at the charts. Remember, guys, you can leave a chat anytime, and I will talk about it on the channel. Let's see what we got here. And by the way, I do have channel membership, so if you want to sign up, you can do that. And basically, you will get my weekly moves of what I'm doing in Algorand each week. I tell you what I'm making on DeFi, any changes that I've made, and I'm going to start telling you what coins I'm buying into too, because I'm actually looking at building a bear market bag for coins that I think are going to pump in the bull market. I started doing that, and I'm going to start talking about that in my membership. So you can sign up for the membership, and you will get that as well. Chats and super chats and super thanks and all that stuff is open if you want to support the channel. If you don't, totally free to just keep watching. All right, let's see what we got now. I've got my screen share working now. So let's take a look. Yeah, I don't want to see Solana on that trending chart. Interesting. It's got a little divergence going on because Bitcoin, Ethereum down on the week, not doing so great. Kind of sideways on the day. But then we have stuff like BNB going up a little bit on the week. Dogecoin falling a lot, as was Cardano. Polygon on the week falling. Litecoin kind of on a tear in the other way, which is really interesting. So normally they all kind of fall. A lot of them tend to fall and rise at the same rates. And even if we scan over, you can probably see. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger. Yeah, they're not really. They're actually a little more divergent than they usually are. Usually you can look at these these graphics, and they're pretty much parallel. They might change in volume, but they kind of have the same shape. Yeah, look, Solana. Okay, Solana down 12% on the week and only up 2.7% on the day. Still above $10, but I think we're going to see single digit Solana in terms of dollars pretty soon. Yeah, Avalanche really falling a lot too. Narrow going up, interesting. Chainlink not so much. Cosmos up a little bit on the week, falling a little on the day, still under $10. I'm a big Cosmic fan, big Atom fan. Enjoying that a lot. Don't know a lot about Toncoin, but it fell a ton on the weekly chart. That's not up a little bit on the day. Let's see if there's something I care. Yeah, Stellar Lumens, kind of looking at that a little bit. Going down. Yeah, Algorand. So Algorand had a good weekly pump and not too bad on the day either, up 3.47%, up to 17 cents. Now, remember, we were down as low as 16 something. In fact, I would come back to that. I'm going to look at Near Protocol. It has fallen a lot, is down to $1.25. It was $1.71 not that long ago, and down 6% right now. Hedera's had a huge drop. Hedera's down 17% on the week. That is huge. Very interesting that it is falling so much compared to Algorand. Let's take a look at Algorand here. Maybe some bullish sentiment with the governance period 5 ending and 6 about to start. I don't know if that's what it is. It felt like it reached rock bottom. You can see it really pumped a lot from 16 to how far. Yeah, I mean, we hit below 16 cents. Did we on the month at all? No, that was, I mean, we had a huge fall. So Decipher was somewhere around, actually even farther back. I'd have to go to 3 months. Yeah, Decipher was around here, and we were around 24 cents, and we just fell from there. But now we're pumping back up a little bit. One of the things I've been pointing out with Algorand that is a little concerning, and I didn't realize this, it actually launched at like almost $3, and then it immediately dropped and has never been back to that to its launch price. So, we'll see a pump in the bull market, but I've always said Algorand is a better coin for fun stuff than it is for price action. So that's why I'm developing a bag that has a little more price action potential. All right, let's look at Vestige and the ASA charts. What do we got going on here? Now, this is interesting. There's a coin now called Dayman. I don't know if you guys know that. The reference, you probably do. If you don't, it's a reference to an episode, actually a couple episodes, I think, referenced it in the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is one of my favorites. I haven't watched it in a while, but might be due for to check that one out again. The Dayman was a character created by Charlie Day, a little one-act play that he put on to try to impress Tris, who was not impressed. Yeah, so DeFi token, and I'm going to switch to the 7-day, but interesting. So we only get the 24 hours. So the 24 hours, and this is something I just realized about Vestige. The 24 hours is based on the dollar price. But as you can see from switching to the 1 day over here, this is based on it compared to Algorand. So it actually went down a little bit, but it's actually up on the day. Otherwise, this doesn't make sense. I don't know how else to interpret that. But we can ignore that for now. So I'm just going to stick with the day price. Cosmic Gold sitting at about 26, almost 27 cents. That was down a little bit lower. DeFi token, like I said, still the top of the heap in terms of market cap, in terms of TVL. Well, it's really being used by chips up on the day. Bank has fallen a lot. Then Algo gems, Yieldly still hanging on in those charts despite the fact that nobody is using. I just went to look at Yieldly because I'm really looking for some new ASA options and some new DeFi options, and nothing on there looking appealing. I'll tell you that much. It is pretty much a dead project. Opulus still up there. Not a great day for it. It's down. Looks like it's down on the week as well. GoMint, a little bit down a little bit. Vestige kind of down a lot, and Planet really pumping. Planet 6% up in the last 24 hours. So keep an eye on that. That's a big market cap of 5 million. compared to, I mean, there's bigger ones. Oculus probably has the biggest market cap on the top 10 in terms of TVL. So very interesting stuff going on there. Let's go back to the live stream, the chat. Let's see what you guys have to say. Pat's on. What's going on, Pat? What's up, FBC? Yes, any crypto is going to disappear in 2023? Yeah, for sure. Which ones? I have no idea. I'm not even going to speculate which ones. I think if you're in the top 100, you're most likely safe, but hard to really hard to say. You know, even then. But that's a good question. All right, Christian, thanks so much for watching. I know you probably already left already, but thanks for being on. Appreciate that. And Pat says getting angry with Apple, want to invest in a song and see royalties. Yeah, you know, there was a little kerfluffle between Seawill and Apple that I kind of got in the middle of. Just the way so Seawill had raised some of those concerns, and the Apple CEO really attacked him instead of just answering the question. I don't know why you wouldn't just answer. Like most CEOs, I'll tell you, because I've done critical videos or done videos where I've raised criticisms, and most of the founders are pretty cool about it. They usually just say, you know, if there's something they want to add to it, to say, hey, just so you know, blah blah blah. Thanks for the video, or you know, I've never had anybody like get really nasty. And after watching the way he treated Seawill, I don't think I'm going to cover Apple on my channel. Because if there's one thing that Decipher really brought home is that there are a lot of developers and a handful of us YouTubers. So they need us more than we need them. And I'm just not going to put up with someone who's abusive and just doesn't, you know, doesn't just answer questions straightforward, and so it has to make a big drama out of it. So yeah, your concerns about Apple, other people share that as well, just so you know. All right, let's get into some news. Let's see. Oh, well, fortunately, some bad news we're going to talk about here. Let me just share it here. Yeah, poor, I really feel bad for the people at Comeda, because it looks like they're going to be making some cuts. I said, dear, letter to the Algo fam, dear. Oh, come on. Oh, just like skipped ahead for no reason. Dear community, due to the current market conditions, we'll have to make some changes in our expenses in our team. We want to talk to you about this openly with you. Stay safe and have a good end of the year. So basically, this year has been challenging for the entire crypto community, and fortunately, our ecosystem was also affected. This said 2022 is a great year. Well, unfortunately, as you know, without investments, it's difficult to be at the top at all levels for a startup and to hire a substantial team. That is why we announced today with regret that we have to cut some of our beloved team members, mainly in communications and marketing and partnership development. Yeah, it's really sad. I just met someone. Who is on the Common team in one of our Algo fam chat, and she seemed really cool. I don't know if she was one of the ones affected. I met a couple of people from Algo. I really briefly met someone else from Common as well. I believe one of the founders, and it seemed like a really nice guy. And pretty sad that they have to cut some people, but you know, sometimes that's how it goes, I'm afraid. I'm gonna find this one thing. This one's pretty cool. I'm going to share this with you. I see you guys in the chat. I will get to it in a second. Algorand is very soon is upgrading to 10,000 TPS. So that will mean 864 million transactions at a day, full load. And it's supposed to come in late Q1, early Q2 of this year, according to Algo Nautilus. I've seen this elsewhere too. This is the one I just quickly dug up. So that's really great news. Now, one of the things about, so I just reported on how HBAR has Hedera Hashgraph has like a 10,000 TPS ability that will be the same as Algorand's new capability. So good to see that. Always great to when we can push up that TPS, but of course it has to get used first. But we've seen a lot of partnerships. Dustin says he went all in on Algo. Well, um, I diversify. You know, I always preach diversity. You should always diversify with your cryptos. Listen. I think especially if you bought in the last month, like you're going to be good come the bull market. Okay, but I think there's some other coins that you're probably going to be better in because it's Algo is just not the coin, in my opinion, is not the coin for price action. Let's see. Give him okay. Says Happy New Year's, FrugalBC. Thanks for the content. I'm definitely looking forward to your content in 2023. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Give very much. You know, I'm trying to kind of expand things out a little bit, and also differentiate myself a little from some of the other Algorand creators. I felt like once I started like speaking to them more, I started falling into that trap where I felt like I needed to do what they were doing, and I've kind of caught myself from doing that. Because I think what makes me unique is doing different things besides what they're doing. And I saw them doing a lot of interviews, and I started feeling like I should be getting more interviews. And then I realized like I don't actually want to, which is funny considering my background. That I do come from a journalism background. But I don't want to do interviews just to do interviews. I want to interview someone if I really have something I want to ask them about. So yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate all the views and stuff, guys. I appreciate everyone subscribing who has subscribed so far. It's hard to believe this time this year I wasn't even at 1,000 yet. I was God, what was that, 600 some? So it's grown. The channel's really grown a lot in the year. I mean, I hit 1,000 in I think late April, and I'm about to hit my second 1,000 to 2,000 in quite a bit less time. So, oops, still not right. Yeah, so really happy with the growth. I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, that is very tough news for Common. I feel bad for them. I think mostly it'll go up from here, but not a guarantee. We might see a little further down yet. So, but it will. The bull market should be coming. People are saying end of 2023 or early 2024. And 2024 is the next happening. So it sounds about for Bitcoin. So that sounds about right. That's typically how it goes. So yeah, I think we'll see that. Let's see. Algo has never touched launch price again, but can we chalk that up to a misjudgment of price to assign to it initially? Yeah. Um, I'll be 100% honest. I don't know precisely how that happens. I know with ASAs, you basically create a liquidity pool, and that sets the price for you. I don't know if that's how they have to set it when you create a coin like that. I'm not sure how that initially works, but yeah, they definitely misjudged it. And probably $3 for a launch price for a coin that has a 10 billion supply. If it shows that, that's probably not great. It was probably not a great decision. Let's see. Dustin says, "Will it hit $3 per algo by 2030?" I would, yeah. I'm sure we will be higher than $3 by 2030. Absolutely. The question, probably a more salient question is, will we hit it? Will we hit $3 in the bull market? I think there's a pretty good chance we will, but we'll see. Kate Guzman, Catlin Guzman, how you doing? Good to see you on the channel. Haven't seen you in the chat in a while. Welcome back. Gibbs says, I love when you do deep dive into specific subjects and how to use the platform. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. Definitely will be doing more of those. When I like to like explore a project and just do a deep dive. So I think people get more out of that than just listening to the founder kind of like spew about their project. And from an entertainment perspective, most of those guys aren't very entertaining. So I only like to bring them on if I can really think of some fun questions to ask them and stuff that like no one else has asked them. Like I do want to have a roundtable where I talk to some gaming projects about about like some of the challenges behind play to earn, because I don't think anyone's really figured out play to earn yet. I think it's a tough system. I think probably Zone has the closest because they figured out to just treat it like a farm. That kind of makes sense because then it's just like DeFi, but you have to play a game to get your stuff. That's probably the closest I get, because otherwise you're just giving out money. Well, where does the money come from? Eventually, eventually it just runs out. So I like how Catlin thinks here. She's like, hit the like button. Yeah, I agree with that. Heck yeah. All right. Let's get back into some news because I'm like slacking on my news here. So they talking about their launch pad here. Let me just try to dig this up here. Oh, weird that they don't. Let's see. I have to Google this really quick. Just a second. And by the way, I hope everyone is. Actually, I don't want that. This is pretty new, by the way, guys. Let me just share this. And yeah, please do what Catlin says and hit that like button and subscribe too if you haven't subscribed already. Okay. Vestige launches decentralized launchpad service. So Vestige launchpads are now live, and anyone can create an IDO at Vestige launchpads. What do you think, guys? Do you think anybody should be able to create an IDO, or do you think there should be some vetting process? I go back and forth on this because I'm not sure. Like, I think more vetting helps you feel more comfortable with what you're investing in. On the other hand, I understand the whole idea of decentralization and being permissionless, but I think permissionless should be on the user end, but not necessarily on the token end. Algorand projects can gather liquidity while providing users fair distribution of tokens. Paired with vaults, Algorand tokens can verifiably on-chain gain trust in a trustless ecosystem. Okay, but that's all. That's all well and good, but how do you gain? What about the what about that prevents a rug pull, right? I'd like to see more information about how they might require certain things so that there isn't a rug pull. So I'm just not like, I don't think it should be 100% decentralized. I'm just gonna put that out there. Maybe I'll get canceled. Let's see. Brian says, "I'm very interested in your thoughts on Near. Heard you mention it for the first time about a week ago. Yeah, I'm really interested in the ecosystem. I started putting some money into it and doing some staking, which I think it's very easy to stake right on the platform, which I like. I also like that right on your wallet page, you can click on a tab and find just kind of a listing of all the stuff in the ecosystem. That's nice and convenient. That's one thing I really like about Near, and one of the reasons why I'm kind of excited about it. It's been fun to explore. It feels like almost moving the football forward a little bit from Algorand. I always thought Algorand's strength was that it was really easy to use and worked well. But then this one kind of takes it a slightly step further. So, and one of the other things I like about Near is I feel like because of the lower coin price, it has a better chance of. I think it has a better shot at good price action. Not that this is not to attack Algorand by any means, but I do think it probably will be a better price action coin overall. I mean, you can see the price is already a lot higher. Let's see. I'm going to break this down. We're going to look at governance period 5 stats, and then we're going to look at period 6 stuff as well. So let us look at that. By the way, did you guys not see that I did a video on Near? I've been doing these Algorand versus other coins, and it's not really like, I know it's a little bit clickbaity just because it sounds exciting, but it's not really to say one is better than the other, but just to kind of compare their various stats. And those are kind of my like entry into the ecosystem. So you guys should go check that out. Okay, well, governance APR finished at 7.5 with a 1.88% purity reward. Now this is 7.85. We're getting really close to like just what staking was. And remember, you can, if you want to, you gotta trust Coinbase if you want to, but they're paying like 5.5. And from what I understand, they take your coin and they vote whatever the recommendation is. So keep that in mind. That might be one of the reasons why a lot of this stuff gets passed too. Period has ended. There were 3.7 billion committed algos. How did that compare to last period? Yeah, a little bit less, 3.6 in period 3. What about, oh no, it was a little bit more, sorry. A little bit more. So it's always a little bit more than the last two governance periods. What about two? Yeah, more than two, more than one. So governors were 2867. I believe that is one of the lowest, but also the reason for that is there's a lot of DeFi solutions to it. Now they don't start keeping track of DeFi. I don't know if that's all mixed together. I don't think so. Very interesting. And if you missed the votes, sorry, I got to drink some water here. Let's see, the allocating 50. Did I put that back on? Yeah, I did. Allocating 15 million algos to DeFi for quarter 1. Passed passed by quite a bit in margin, 76%. Approving 2 million for a community funding pilot program via XGov process. 92% is very popular. A little bit lower, allocated 2 million to XGov community grants. Approving 600,000 algos to seed a community-curated NFT collection. That one passed. Pretty much everything passed, I believe. And allocating 600,000. Oh, actually, this one lost. Only going to allocate 300,000 algos to the establishment of a community-created NFT project versus 600. So this was yes or no. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Let me go look at that again. I hit the wrong button here. Yeah, 4 was whether you should have it, and then it was how much. But how much was, they said 300,000 instead of 6. The foundation mostly got their way on that one. Before we get into period 6, which is beginning soon, some things to keep in mind. Everybody has been saying, I see a lot of questions in the Reddit saying, when do I get my rewards? Do I have to do anything? The answer is no, you don't have to do anything. As long as you stayed active, then you're fine. The rewards come on their own. Are they coming tomorrow? No, they are not. It's usually several days after the period ends. This time it will be January 6th. So keep that in mind. And then let's see what, let us take a look at the new one. I'm just going to pull it up here really quick. Okay, let me share this. So there is, I believe, instead of the 70 million, so there will be 7.7 million committed for people in DeFi. I don't know anything about those rewards. I haven't seen. Algorand Stats doesn't track that. 68.2 million for regular governing awards and 653 governors. Oh, one thing that came up too, no one seems to really fully exactly understand, and it's not laid out anywhere very concisely, at least, how exactly the XGovs will work. So we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so you have till January 15th to become a governor. Voting has not been announced yet, and of course, on March 31st, is when you, well, it says claim reward. Really, that means that that's the end of the period. I don't know why they put it that way, because actually you don't claim your rewards unless they're changing it up, and I don't think they are. The way it works is basically it just happens. Pat Hardy says, don't forget to liquidate your G algo after governance. Yeah, for those of you that use that platform, now me, I don't use any of that stuff. I actually took my coins out of, because I was using the Cosmic Algo uh, pool on Tiny Man, and I was using that for governance, and then all of a sudden the APR dropped like crazy amount, and I was like, I'm not staying in governance and losing this much, so I'm out on that. Okay, 3 more pieces of news to share. Oh, I should hold on. I'll hide that for now. This one is pretty cool. Algorand is now integrated into the Ferrum network. What the heck does that mean? Well, that is a cross-chain bridge, so users can now bridge USDC between Algorand and BSC if you want to do that. Now, do you want to do that? So basically, you can send USD over to the Algorand network. Some other people say the whole website looks shady as hell. Anyone using the bridge to change the network? How trustless is that bridge? Lots of questions about this thing, so who knows? But that's a very short little piece of news, but kind of interesting. Let's see what else we got. Got a little near news. We got, well, really just more of an update. Near so you can actually earn rewards on Near for recommending projects to the Near network, and we're going to look at that a little bit. I'm going to start talking a little bit on Near on this channel, just a fair warning. Here's a Reddit post that talks about this. It says, did you know you can be rewarded for referring projects to the Near ecosystem? The Near funding team dished out 26 referral bonuses last year. Check out how to start referring and earning in the funding team's latest blog. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's see, I'm just gonna find there's all the projects. And seem like to extend an invite for those yet to participate in their foreign program to get started. Blah, blah, blah. Please note only projects receiving a grant directly from the Near Foundation will be eligible for the refer and earn bonus. Only the first recorded referral will be paid out. Duplicate records not be considered. Near Foundation no longer supports DeFi related projects, so keep that in mind. All referrals are calculated at the end of each quarter, and only eligible rewards will be contacted. You can contact grants at near.foundation for additional information and inquiries. Now, I don't recall Algorand having a referral program like that, but maybe that's a good idea. I think we should talk about that. Also, interesting thing, if you go to Free Code Camp, I just found this out. They have now a course on smart contracts on Near Protocol. And I reached out to John Woods because I said, hey, maybe Algorand ought to have that too. And it does sound like there's some educational things coming in relation to Algo Kit, which is a thing to make, it's a program to make Algorand smart contracts a lot easier for developers. It's kind of like one kit, they just give them a developer kit, but apparently there's going to be some educational efforts on that. I think they should partner with Free Code Camp because it's an excellent nonprofit. And they do great work. It's one of the best. If you want to learn coding, that is one of the best places to go. I will tell you what. Okay, one last piece of news. Well, not really news, but ideas. Should you, on HBAR, there's some discussion about whether you should use a service for staking HBAR, such as Stater, or you should do the native token. So let's look at that. Says, would someone more knowledgeable be able to explain the difference between Stater and native? What are the benefits of staking where? Stated might still offer higher percentage returns, but you're staking via smart contracts. Smart contracts carry risk along with them. Native staking is essentially risk-free, but its rewards may be lower. This is one of the things I like about these other like HBAR and Near is that you can just stake them and earn rewards that way. You don't have to go through this whole governance process, which I'm starting to find just really kind of cumbersome. And honestly, I just don't. I haven't cared about a lot of the stuff that they vote on. Let's see. Yeah, this one is a longer explanation. So native is Hedera paying a reward to HBAR holders for staking their coins to a node and assisting with future network security. Pays 6.5%, which, hey, not bad. And is the safest staking option. These staking rewards are considered income for tax purposes in the US. Stater takes the HBAR you send them and gives you bash HBARks. The HBAR they hold is staked to the network, and Stater collects the native staking reward, adds a little extra, and puts it back in the pool. That increases the value of HBARks in terms of HBAR represents, and that pays around 9.5%. And apparently, you don't have to pay income taxes on that, which is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably I think if it were me, I will probably stick with. Right now, I just have them on my Coinbase, but I'm probably once it gets big enough, I'll probably move it over to an HBAR wallet and explore that. And I'll probably just do the staking because I like to keep it simple. No smart contracts. That's one of the things actually I like about one of the things I like about Algo stake, which I for some reason left out of my staking video, probably because I'm not using it that much. I only have about 20 some bucks in Algo stake coin that I'm staking on there, but it is pretty nice because you have to worry about whether you don't have to worry about whether your coins are going to be locked in a smart contract and then the platform goes away or something. It's just all right in, your coins stay in your wallet, which is pretty cool. So, all right, let's go back through and see what people have to say. So Dustin says I got hacked on FKN PNE P network bridge 5,000. Don't use. I think you mean P network. Is that the? It's worth the first. He said worth the first 3 or 4 times. Then they stole my next bridge. They're effing ripoffs. Okay. So it's got to head out for a New Year's Eve event. Keep up the great content. Appreciate that. Do you recommend staking Algo stake for governance this round? Gosh, I don't know. The problem there's a couple problems I ran into, and Algo stake might be a great platform for that if you have the right tokens, because their stuff kind of runs longer term from what I can tell. Whereas all these other ones, and I don't know, we're going to see. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on how these platforms handle the governance, because what happened last time, the only one that picked up on, hey, we should offer something for 90 days because 90 days is the length of the governing period. The only one that picked up on that was Tiny Man and the Cosmic. So it really might have been the Cosmic Gold folks who figured that out. I'm not sure who figured it out, but like they were smart enough to put that on there so you don't lose. So you could have stakes, you could stake them and earn DeFi rewards while you're staked in governance. No one else picked up on that. Maybe because it came so sudden, I don't know. I thought that was really interesting. With Algo stake, I'm going to see, because I'm hoping a lot more people picked up on it this time. But I could see Algo stake being a halfway decent one. Let's see. Says, wishing all a happy new year. Thanks for FrugalBC for all the news and info. Shoot for the moon in 2023. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope it all goes well. We'll be having a video on my Magnificent 8 coin collection for the bull market coming up soon. So keep an eye on that. Also, I went on with Cryptocurrent, Crypto Rick of Cryptocurrent, about double the size in channel, so not a huge channel. You can go check out, go look at Cryptocurrent. He has a video interviewing me about the ISO 20022. I think it was a pretty good video. It was a little weird. Some of his questions got a little strange, like, he kept asking me these technical questions, and I kept responding with, "Well, look, this is what these sources within crypto are saying." By the way, since I made that video, the former chief engineer of Ripple has said the same thing, and so has Charles Hoskinson. As I understand it, I haven't seen it myself. Apparently, they have all said that there's just no way the coins have nothing to do with ISO 20022. It doesn't mean they won't be used with Swift or cross-border payments. It just means saying that it's compliant with this syntax standard just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's kind of a semantic thing more than it is like saying, oh, these coins aren't useful in the way we thought they'd be useful, if that makes sense. So go check that out. And then if you look up Crypto Rain, he's a bigger channel, about 20 some thousand. He had me on. We talked about financial independence in crypto, so I think that's a good one to check out too. If you want a little more FrugalBC, maybe if you're bored tomorrow. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate everybody out there. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Just really, really impressed that I got close to 2,000 by the end of the year, and I probably will in the next couple of days, which is it's really exciting. I'm really happy about that, and it's been fun, like getting to know some of you guys. You know, having you guys on here. The live stream has been especially nice because I've been able to actually chat with you guys a little bit. I'm thinking about maybe actually dropping the links so some of you guys can join on, ask questions live. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. We'll see. But it's been really cool. So when I started this thing, I really thought it was just going to be a dumb hobby and like 10 people would watch me. And so I'm really amazed that all you guys have supported the channel the way you have. So thanks so much, guys. Guys, have a safe New Year's. Stay real. Hopefully you got a designated driver if you're going out, or just stay in. I'm just going to hang out with some friends. That's what I usually do on New Year's Eve. So stay safe out there, guys. Hold your crypto. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Get your stuff, as much of your stuff, off exchanges as possible. And as always, I will see you in the future.